Oh, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the TDD, the doubles draft. Yet again, we are going into week three with a nice, comfy 2-0 record. And quite honestly, I'm looking forward to this battle because we are going against Brian, aka JortChamp, who is also in the Team Ireland server. He is really popping off this season. I'm looking forward to see how I can pursue this matchup. I was a bit shaky going into it because on paper, they are the most important person to beat in this league. They are arguably one of the best players in this league, one of the best players I know. So beating them, a little bit of bragging rights, and it'll also just be a good test to see how far I can go in this league. They do have a rain team drafted, so I have got that solo TATSUGIRI, which we'll double check has Storm Drain, has got that Storm Drain. So yeah, the TATSUGIRI, Dondozo are just Pokemon that like to disrupt rain. You can set up my own weather, redirection, here, there, everywhere, tailwinds, grass types, you name it, there is something to stop rain on this field, and hopefully it does it successfully. So we will jump into the battle, see how well we can fare against Brian. And Brian is going straight in, has, I guess, a pseudo rain mode. But is that pseudo rain mode going to be enough to do what Rain wants to do? Have I got enough tools to stop it without having the rain there? The Grumpig does come, which is really nice because indeed he has got that Trick Room in prison and is 1 point faster than the fastest possible Grumpig. So we can imprison their imprison, we can imprison their Trick Room, we can imprison their Psychic if they have it. Rotom was a bit a scary thing if we saw it, but we do have the what's his face? The Pincurchin sitting there, which can just absorb those hits, and also has really strong moves into these electric types, as water type, sorry, as well as just be able to take those electric types. 2 electric types coming means we might be very, very inclined to bring it just to be super safe. And it's not the bulkiest, but it's got some bulk which it can maybe take some hits, give or take on the rain. Of course, Finizen could come for that haze. There might be haze on here everywhere possible. So we'll see what we can make of this. Naturally, I might want to lead with TATSUGIRI plus maybe Indeedee getting those followed me off. Possibly even TATSUGIRI plus Honchkrow get a Tailwind up. I can maybe stop Trick Room. Like, all these Pokemon actually don't like Steam now. I can maybe go for that. And in the back, bringing my Lightning Rod and possibly Driftblim. Just having that other option to kind of disrupt the field. I think I've got that. I'll lead with TATSUGIRI plus Indeedee. And in the back... actually, I might bring Honchkrow. And I'll bring Pincurchin. I think Pincurchin does come this week. Pincurchin coming this week can be fine. And there is 2 electric types, which means if we can call this nicely, we can get the switch in. It's going to be annoying if it catches something like the overheat, but honestly, we can just go for a Muddy Water straight away and then switch in our I keep on saying TATSUGIRI. I don't know why. It just looks like a TATSUGIRI. Switch in the Pincurchin to soak up any type hits that go into that slot. There's the Volt Switch. No switch out there for you, Mr. Rotom. There's a double bolt going again into it, and we get a nice little Muddy Water off, and an Ice Drop onto the Rotom and nothing onto the Walmart, but that is perfectly fine. Because I can just go for another Muddy Water, get some things off, and I think a Sucker Punch could maybe catch the Rotom. I don't know. I don't want to risk it, but really, what are they doing to any of these Pokemon? I can go for a Recover, maybe Recover. I could also, I could Terastallize Water and take that Fire type really nicely. And I'm gonna go for a Hydro Pump here. So there's the switch. Okay, that's fine. It's a double switch. Okay, that's nice. So we're gonna get special defense boost from my own Psychic Seed, get a Muddy Water off, and you can see another Axery drop there. Special attack drop from the. Oh no, I Hydro Pump against a Storm Drain. That was a bit silly, but that's fine because I get a special attack boost. So we just go for a Muddy Water again, and I'll just go for honestly Thunder into the Grumpig. There's the Grass typing, which is perfectly fine. If we see another Axery drop, that could be good. We don't, but there's a Hyper Voice that misses the. Oh yeah, that's a no-go. That just shows how fragile that is. But honestly, we can just go into Parmesan here and start messing about. Maybe go for a Draco Meet. Honestly, I could just go for another Muddy Water and I'll just Brave Bird into the Skeledirge because it's super effective and get a nice hit off, and we can't really be touched by the Grumpy, which is nice. Muddy Water misses, which is perfectly fine. We see Trick, we're just seeing Hyper Voice, and it does get some damage off there. And with Pincurchin gone, it's going to be a little bit annoying because we can be electric type attacked. But honestly, like, I don't really mind. I could just Muddy Water. I might outspeed, I don't know. If not, I'm Assault first. And then try and get that crit Night Slash off. There's a switch, but this might do big damage. The Discharge, it does heal itself up, and we do drop to it though. But Muddy Water should do bits. It drops down to that 6%, actually drop as well. So really, we can start showing our fangs and getting our names out here. Here comes the Indeedee. Indeedee can we just start redirecting and getting things sorted. I want to go for. Might go for a Draco Meteor just to try and deal with that as much as possible. And then maybe I'll go for the Muddy Water to hit both. I'll just go for that follow me, just get attacks going in my direction. Revival Blessing, really good in draft leagues actually. But see who comes back in. Is there gonna be another shot? There is not. There's a Hyper Voice. That's how it missed earlier. And in comes the Skeledirge. But honestly, you can't Terrestrialize, Muddy Water, and I'm just going to go for that follow me again, take away any attacks. There goes Muddy Water, gets a double knockout. So proving, my voice right now with that. So proving how strong that combo Pokemon is, and just the threat it puts down. Give my opponent a nice GG there. We'll take a quick sip of water as we go into the next game. Okay, we are back in this game. So game one, we really messed about. We just went in with the lightning rod mode and just kind of mocked things. What can we do this game to switch things up? I feel quite safe going to some floor if we can pull it off, but a lot of these Pokemon really do put me off of wanting to go for it. Tatsugiri is such a strong lead into most of these, so we can maybe go with that. Maybe go with Tatsugiri plus Tailwind. And like make them feel like they have to go for that hit into that slot. In fact, yeah, we'll go with Tatsugiri. And the back, I think I can quite safely bring the same two I had before. Like, okay, this is very nice actually. This is very nice. So I can force the presence of a Tailwind straight away, and I can maybe even Terra Steel to take. I don't even feel like I have to do that. I can just go for a Muddy Water and then. Actually, I'm going to go for Icy Wind, trying to call the Terrestrialization, and I'm actually very sure I should take a hit, so I'll go for that Tailwind, just get that speed boost, in case there is Self-Rain. Also opens up to a little bit of speed control later down the line. I guess actually he can't really go for. So his own Icy Wind, which is perfectly fine. Activates my Yachi Berry, which is also fine, as we do get our own Icy Wind off, making them slower, and getting the Tailwind up as well, which is going to be super duper nice. We'll see what comes out from the Skeledirge. Torch Song into the Hunt Crow. Gets a special attack boost, but that's quite fine. Go for the Muddy Water, and I'll go for the Night Slash into it as well. Even if it Terrestrializes, we're still getting that super, super high crit chance, which is going to be very, very nice. There's a switch, which goes into the Rotom, which is going to catch that Muddy Water very nicely. Active Drop on the Floatzel as well. Night Slash gets that crit. It's near enough a guarantee at this point. I'm sorry about that miss there again onto the Tatsugiri, but it's the fun we have this game. I'm going to go for another Icy Wind, just get some speed, kind of thrown here and everywhere. Go for a Night Slash into the Grumpig, because getting rid of Grumpig means we get rid of any trick room options, especially when we have the speed control going on our side of the field. And Icy Wind just guarantees that the Floatzel's going to be slower because of our Tailwind, which is very, very nice. There's Night Slash. There, even with... Okay, is there a crit on that one? No, there's no crit on that one. Oh, was that a double miss? And there's a Trick Room. Okay, which I feel quite safe going, like, having on the field, so I can just go for that. In fact, I can Terra Steel in front of these two, go for a Muddy Water, and then Protect on his last turn of Tailwind, and I should be slower than most of these things. That Hyper Voice, it's a really good Terra Steel there. Like, there's a Fling, I guess that's Fling for Flinch? Yeah, Fling for Flinch. Again, I feel quite safe. I might even just Draco Meteor, and then Night Slash. In comes the Skeledirge, okay. And we do lose Burb there. I'm going to go into Pincurchin, because Pincurchin is really, really nice. And then just go for a Muddy Water. And then I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch. Yeah, I'll go for a Sucker Punch. There's a Chastisation. There's a Sucker Punch. Puts it down to 4%. Body Press, that's a lot of damage. And I guess because... Okay, Slack Off, that's nice. Do you get... Actually, drop would be really, really nice. I don't know if... Thingy ignores Action Drop. Trick Room's on one turn, so I'm going to switch out into Indeedee, and I'm going to try and Thunder into the Floatzel. If we hit, that's really nice. There's a Helping Hand, okay. There's the Thunder, it hits, grabs the knockout. Earth Power, we don't take that because it's +1. And then we can come back on in. I have knocked out 3 Pokemon, so it is just a Skeledirge. Can we break through it? I'm going to go for the Psychic plus the Draco Meteor and just pray. Like, we have Psychic Train up, we have Draco Meteor, will Draco hit? There's Draco hit, so there we go. So, the scariest battle is out of the way. You played that amazingly, Brian. I had to think really, really hard in that game. But yeah, GG's. Slap it in chat too. GG's, Brian. There's lots of different tools you had in that team that really did scare me. The Absorb Bomb, I think it was, on Skeledirge was really scary because you could go into that Grass type and take water attacks a lot easier. And just loads of the tools you had were really fun. I'm just so glad I called that double electric attack on the first turn of game 1, getting it Pincurchin. It didn't really do much besides getting knocked out straight away, but Pincurchin getting its first knockout at a tournament is really, really fun, and just getting that first pace setter as well is really, really fun as well. And I'm glad to show the little Spiky Bean can do something in draft, even before we have all these Paradox Mons. But Paradox Mons are, I think, soon to come, such as the end of this video and my next draft league. So do keep an eye out for future draft league videos, including the doubles draft, the Ray draft, and soon to be the VDL draft. I have been upgraded to the VDL V division, so that is going to be a blast to play. And the draft of that is on Friday, and I will hopefully have videos go up for that as soon as the league starts. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you all next time I take on my next draft opponent.